I'm not keeping things in perspective. We're ordering dinosaur skulls.
Zach Maslany now making his way to the stage. Maslany in the black and white. Expect fireworks, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. It's Zach from 10th Planet Bethlehem.
10th Planet Bethlehem.
Veritable dream team of killers.
Him and JM
Yes, sir.
holding down the fort at 10th Planet Bethlehem.
Great technique. He's
a beast. He's a savage.
Excellent coaches, I have to say. Great guys, JM and Zach.
That's a beautiful.
Great guys, JM and Zach.
Veritable dream team of killers.
He's a beast. He's a savage.
Zach from 10th Planet Bethlehem.
10th Planet Bethlehem. That's the 10th Planet Bethlehem. It's a
great technique.
It's a 10th Planet Bethlehem.
You already know. Yeah, yo, I tell you this much, hip-hop is not dead. Change gonna come, just like Barack said. Money, power, respect, like the lock said. You'll be the man of the house, my pop said. Now can you picture me rolling like Pac said? Do it for the inmates and all of the hotheads. Heat the streets up right quick, it's all timing. Gucci everything, Sierra Leone diamonds. Tell you this, this ain't even a rap, it's a controlled substance. Yeah, hold on. You can curse. You can curse.
Oh, I can curse.
Yo, head-on-head collision. I'm a problem and nobody can solve them. I'm long division on the road to success, but it's more of a mission. They said I would be dead or I was going to prison. One of them is certain, but the other one isn't. I made rare decisions. Rock diamonds that impaired your vision. Even supplied y'all years for lism. Like I'm just starting, but I got years of wisdom. Strikes I got, nigga, took years to get him. Whenever you see him, notice his same peers is with him. He destroys tracks the minute he hears the rhythm. Only a hell of a flow, but his ears forbidden. If you think this is a ringtone, yeah, you kidding? 50,000 records sold, right? Yeah, you kidding? It was his time to go. He ain't care who did him. Didn't appreciate life and got aired for living. PCP by the leader, good Chiba. Sergio Tech sweatsuit, good Adidas. Jewels is invisible that we was supposed to get from them. Used to send them to the store, now we blowing piff with them. Nowadays it's different. Cause I did a lot of listening. The new era is missing it. Everybody 357 and 4/5 in it. Drug program 2 to 4, 3 to 6 in it. Feds send niggas way out by Lake Michigan. Put the coke in the tires.
Only if they Michelin.
Never talk on the phone. Only deal with official men. You don't even know homie that put you in the shit you in. Got a busy schedule and I don't think I can fit you in. What's good for me ain't good for them. No matter what set you claim or what hood you in, I hit you when I find a wood box for them to put you in. Yeah, and you don't stop.
Oh shit.
And you
He
can't
ain't
stop.
done.
Yo, a lot of niggas lost their pops to the drug game. Other niggas lost their blocks when they knew how to box. They ain't know about the slug game. Soon as the money get right, that's when the love change. Niggas know who to call when they want raw. Kiss is the cornerstone of the cornerstone. He block general. He stay shining in the back of the van. 2K9 and my dope so strong it's giving fiends the hiccups. Coke so high, got niggas doing stick-ups. Found out another nigga dead, light the piff up. Make sure one is in the head, load the fifth up. Played my hand right, baby, I held aces. Nothing on the scene but blood and shell casings. Lanky gloves on the team, they can't trace us. Snitches in the witness protection, getting facelifts. These niggas will never be able to fuck with me. Say my grace before I give them $150. The whole hood with me, they hating, we all spiffy. Everything's a short shot, none iffy. Yeah, April 7th, baby, the last kid.
Aha! What up? Zach's Kenor Ziesel podcast, episode number 29. What's up, everybody? Damn, we're almost to 30, dude. But that's crazy. So what up, everybody? Just been busy, but we're back on the podcast. TIP. That's the podcast tip. So that was my favorite freestyle, obviously by the one and only Jada Kiss, or Jada Mwah, as some people will call him. One of the original members of the Locks. And Jada Kiss is a beast. He's always been one of my favorite. He's always got that, that hard flow, young raspy, as they call him. He's got that really raspy voice, probably from smoking a million blunts, heavy cigar papered blunts. But that's what the Locks does. They're always talking about dude, if you listen to the Locks, there's some crazy songs. I think I was talking about this with, Thor, but was it Thor? Maybe it was. I forget who it was, but they were talking about one of the worst lines that they've ever heard. Or not the worst lines, but one of the craziest lines when he's like, "We kicking in the door and we burning naked. You know what I mean? And he's just talking about burning people naked. Like, okay, we're kicking in the door. Like, all right. I mean, Biggie was talking about kicking indoors too, but the Lox was pretty brutal with it. But now Jadakiss owns some, little did you know, Jadakiss owns some juice shops, I think in Harlem or in Queens or somewhere in New York City. I definitely want to check out one of them juice shops, but we should look it up and see what the name of those juice shops are. But yeah, he's doing like healthy juices and stuff for the hood. You know, more power to him. Speaking of juices, my wife Kat, she's going to be doing juices for the guys at Finishers MMA, 10 Planet B-Town. So if you guys, she's going to put up a thing on the forum. You'll see it eventually, probably before this podcast comes out, and you just be able to Venmo her, and then she'll show up with the juice, or I will deliver them to the school. They'll be in the fridge in the back, and it's going to be like green juices, healthy stuff. Watermelon, dude, watermelon, you want to talk about hydration? You drink watermelon juice and water, and you'll be peeing immediately. It runs right through you. It's crazy. So I suggest that. She's going to make those too. And anyone who listens to this podcast, I suggest that to everybody for sure. Definitely the watermelon, especially for hydration. It's going to be so nice to just, do a training session, get done rolling. It's hot as shit out here right now. Like, we're going through a heat wave. And just go out, grab a freaking watermelon juice, chug that piece, put the bottle right back in. She takes them back, washes them, boom, brings them back. So it has begun. Grace's sister was doing meal prep for us for a little bit, and now I think she works for the Eagles. And my wife, she's just been really busy, but she's a beast cook, and she's just been ready to jump on that. So follow her, Life with Kat. And she actually just changed her last name to mine, which is dope. So now Kat Maslany. So that's wifey. But yeah, she's going to be doing stuff. So be on the lookout for that. So what else is new, guys? Like, I don't even remember the last one I did. I think it was after my last Rise match. But we got so much stuff coming up. I've been working diligently all day, every day, hustling on the block and just getting ready for a bunch of stuff. The Finishers 10. The next Finishers tournament is going to be pretty crazy. We're planning a bunch of stuff for it, and if I could drop it right now, I think we're probably leaning towards doing a Pro Absolute for $2,500 and an 8 women's division at 105 pounds, 105 pounds, and then also having a bunch of super fights, and then having that be the Finishers 10, giving out a bunch of money and having a grand old time, getting a DJ. And we have a bunch of cool mats made by Fuji. Also, too, if you're Finishers, not Finishers, but if you're, if you go to the Fuji, if you want to buy any Fuji gear, use the promo code Finishers on the site, it'll save you 10%. But if you're a business owner and you're looking to open up your own school one day, or you're opening up a school, or you want to replace the mats, hit me up. And I'll hook you up with my boy Patrick over at Fuji, and he'll knock it out of the park. If you haven't seen the Miami school, check out at 10P Miami. Also, if you're listening to this for some reason and you live in the Miami-Dade County, I don't know if it's Dade County, I just wanted to say that because it was Rick Ross, but if you live in the Miami area, you can check out 10planetmiami.com. Gabe's about to be up and running. He's putting pics up and stuff. I got to check in with him this week. Just been so busy because we're getting ready to up here to open up Finishers Allentown, but yeah, Finishers, the old 10 Planet Allentown's coming back, but that's a whole nother thing. We'll talk about that in a minute. But for the Finishers 10, we need a venue. We got some sick mats made by Fuji. They're going to have our logo on it and shit. Someone at my door right now? Hold on one second. False alarm. That was just the neighbor pulling up. Dogs are freaking out. But, it's like a double-edged sword. I get mad when they freak out and bark and go nuts. But I'm also glad because they're always alerting me of someone showing up to the house, which is dope. So 2 little guard dogs, Merlot and Ziggy. And then we also found out today that Ziggy is a, now what is it? An Affin pincher? Affin pincer or whatever it is. Well, that's what he is. He's not a pug shih tzu, but Merlot is a pug shih tzu. But Ziggy is an Afghan or Affin pincer. So that's interesting. We found it out because one of the ladies that used to foster Ziggy hit me up about his sister, and it was in like the Facebook, weird messages that you never look at or don't see for some odd reason. I still haven't figured that shit out. But yeah, so that's cool, right? My dogs are the man. They're always alerting me of stuff. What were we talking about? Oh, the Finishers 10. So yeah, now we need a venue. We need a venue. We want to sell beers. We want to have a grand old time. We want to get a DJ. We want to be spinning. we're gonna live stream it. We're gonna have a great time. The Finisher 10 is gonna be dope. And yeah, we just need to find a venue. So this is our chance to make everybody come to Bethlehem, because why not? Like, and I know having the Finishers 10 and the Finishers Open 3 at 2 different times is kind of it might take away some people from coming to one, but I think if we do it right, we'll get enough people. And even if it's a little bit smaller, each event, that's fine. The fact that it keeps happening, like, JM brought up a good point. It's like, now I feel like, and I do kind of feel like this, I kind of feel like I owe it to the jiu-jitsu community to keep having these tournaments, because it's giving people an opportunity to shine. And, if there are sponsors out there or anybody wants to throw money at the tournament, by all means, mention us, because really we want to keep the stream free, because all these tournaments out there, they charge for the stream, and it kind of sucks. Like, the stream blows, and then you end up having to pay $10, and like, I don't know, it just seems like I'd rather just go keep it free. Like Ross always says, just keep it free. And that was the whole point of the tournament in the first place, to keep it free, to keep the like the underground alive. Like, people want to be able to see this. Like, why everything's behind a paywall? And I understand, yeah, it's only $30 a month or whatever if you want Flow Grappling, and that's fine. Flow Grappling said a lot of nice stuff about us. I'm happy for that. And Flow Grappling is now 50-50 in my book. But I will say this, they put out some nice pieces on us, and I really want to thank them. I forget the guy's name with the long hair and glasses, but shit, I can't remember. I'm sorry, dude. Long hair and glasses guy from Flow. You're the man, bro. But the other guy, I know there's some definitely controversy surrounding him, because look into it. I guess he started a fundraiser for something, and then he kept the money or some shit. Like, that's like the third guy. That's so whack. That's like the third guy that I know that's done some shit like that. Like, not I know them personally, like they were friends with me, but it's like the third person that I've heard of that have started like a fake fundraiser, took all the money, and then just, it was either not true, or they just didn't do the work that they were supposed to do. So that's some bullshit right there. And if you do that to a hardworking guy, and I find out that you took money, or it was some kind of charity bullshit, dude, I'd want to fucking, oh man, I'd want to heel hook your face off, man. That's bullshit. So, especially when the person's working hard, man. Like, I just got off the phone with the scam that called me on my phone, and about the Social Security office. I don't know if you guys have gotten this one, but what a bunch of bullshit, dude. I just call them back and mess with them. I'm just like, screw you, or whatever. And I'm just like, your mama fought at heavyweight. And they're just like, oh yeah. They started doing the voice back to me. I don't even know what voice that was, but I mean, the guy was just a white dude, and he was just like a jerk off. And I don't know what the hell that's all about. I really don't. Like, and I guess people fall for this shit. I didn't fall for it, but like at first I was like, man, let me look into this. Like, I get pissed and call, and then I tell them that I'm like, yo, the police are on the way to your place. We've triangulated your area, and we're coming for you. And they don't believe me, but whatever. Oh yeah, that's right. I gotta write that down. I gotta order coffee. Keep forgetting to do that. Amazon, dog. Coffee. Got him. All right, what else do I gotta do? Oh yeah, Grace is competing again. Grace is gonna be competing at Kasai Pro and in Atlantic City on the Showboat. And I went to fights back in the day at the Showboat. And no disrespect, and it's gonna sound super disrespectful, Atlantic City, but Atlantic City blows. So I'm not really looking forward to going to Atlantic City. Plus a bullshit ass 3-hour drive. But whatever. I'm pumped for the matches. Gio's in it. Ethan, Richard Alarcon, Ashley Williams. I think it's 135. Dude, this is a beast tournament. So pumped for that. Got to see what's going on with that. And but Grace is in it. She's going to be facing Gabby Etzel. She faced her before at Fight to Win and beat her by triangle armbar, I think. So, but Gabby's gotten better, so we definitely can't take it light. But, Grace is a beast, so hopefully she keeps the streak alive. I believe that she will. I think it's only 6-minute points, so we're going to get, I think after January, Grace will be able to start doing IBJJF matches, and why not? JM said this last night, like the best guys win all the rule sets, and the best, I think Grace is one of the best. She could do sub only. She could do whatever Kasai rules are, points. She could do whatever quintet rules are. No one can figure that out. Like IBJJF, who knows? Like, she's going to do all of them. And then eventually, if she gets big enough, we'll do ADCC, whatever. But I think Grace is a beast. She's going to do great. So if anybody wants Kasai tickets, holla at your boy, $50 a ticket. And we'll go down to the Showboat and, see what's going on. We'll walk around AC, beat up, a couple of people on the streets. Just kidding. yeah, so I'm pumped. Yeah, we're gonna get that going. I'm excited to see Grace compete again. That's really dope. Grace competing is so sick. And I just any chance I get, and I think she wants to be more active in jiu-jitsu right now, which is awesome. And she's getting older, and she's gonna be able to start. I mean, she already beat some women, but I want to see her get even bigger matches this year, even bigger matches. So that's what I'm talking about. But let's see, what else did I write down? Oh, we're working on opening up 10 Planet Allentown, located off Cedar Crest Boulevard, right over by Keystone Canna Remedies. That's a marijuana dispensary that they have over in Allentown. It's also over by Dorney Park, if you've ever heard of that. And it's in a really good shopping center. It's next to one of those Menchies and stuff. And yeah, Thor signed the lease, and we are going to be up and running in hopefully a month. But here's the problem. The township and the city is a bunch of assholes, right? They take forever to do shit. You can't even, we all of a sudden we had to get floor plans done, and now we got to take them over to this guy. It costs $100 just to drop them off. You have to make a appointment, and it's 2 weeks from now, and they wonder why the city is in debt, and they don't pay people. And the dude's like, I get 70 phone calls a day on this phone. Like, I felt bad for the guy. I legit felt bad. I was like, oh, I'm sorry, man. But what do? You just wait till he picks up? So me and Thor just went over there. Then we had to get an architect to draw up plans. And the architect's drawing up the plans. I got to make sure there's like up the code and all this other bullshit. It's like, dude, can we just open up a business, please? But we're doing it right. We're going through the paperwork. We already, that's all paid for. Like, Thor is working diligent on it. And yeah, we're really excited. We already got a bunch of people interested. So check out 10planetallentown.com. If you want, just DM me. I'll get you hooked up with Andrew Jones. Andrew Jones has been killing it for us, and he's going to be working for both schools basically, and setting up appointments, sign-ups, getting people to come in, check out the school. So you could check him out, Andrew Jones. That's Andrew Jones 10P on Instagram if you hit the gram, but you could message him or whatever if you want to get him on Instagram or Facebook, or you can get him on there. You go to 10planetallentown.com, or go to finishersmma.com, and just throw your info in there. And then what it'll do is it'll hit me or it'll hit JM, and then we send it over to Andrew, and then he goes down the line and hits you up and tries to get you in and get you to change your life through martial arts. It really does. It's a family we got going. We call it the Finishers Fam, and extended finishers family, people who work for the tournament and stuff like that, and guys that have come in for seminars, and people we know from across the pond and down under and fucking, all over the place, out in the West Coast, and it's nuts. So now we got Gabe in Miami opening up Allentown. So yeah, but if you want to get involved and train with us or just whatever, you can hit up the senior enrollment coordinator / manager Andrew Jones 10P on the gram. Used to be the homie Genghis Khan, but we made him change it so that way people could find it. But yeah, so we'll get through the township and the municipalities. And all it is really is just, grease and wheels. You know what I mean? Just grease and wheels. So, also too, for a lot of, I've been getting hit up by a lot of guys, like they see, us flexing on the gram, and they see that we're becoming more and more successful. And I'm not going to lie, like, and not to toot our own horn, we definitely are, like, things are going great. But I realize that, just a little perspective, that things could go real bad real fast. So we're not getting ahead of the game. We're getting too big aheads on us. Like, we know we're in a really good situation right now. We're opening up more businesses, and we got 15 people already want to sign up or whatever. So we're counting our blessings, and we're just really hype about it. So we're not trying to jump, get ahead of ourselves. And me and JM aren't driving 7 Series or anything like that, or I'm not like ordering dinosaur skulls, or like traveling to like going on a million vacations. Like, sure, JM's going to Greece. Me and my wife got back from Colorado. Definitely we're living life, and we're spending we're spending some of our money that we're making, but we're keeping things in perspective that when we first started, we lived on the mats. Speaking of, like, we just are teaming up with Dev and Finishers Tournaments, investing in we're putting our money where our mouth is, investing $8,000 worth of mats. And, that used to be our bed back in the day. So many times, even the story when we went out to Las Vegas for a camp, we were out there teaching a camp. Like, we're the second time me and JM were like involved in a legit jiu-jitsu camp with a bunch of guys from 10 Planet that included us. And, it was crazy. We stayed out there with Big L, and we slept on the mats. Like, I remember a dog sat his ass on pillows that we had to go out and buy from Walmart because we didn't have pillows and blankets, and we slept on the mats. And was it hard? Yes. Are we mad about it? No. Was it awesome in the end when you think about it? Yes. and made us stronger, made us tougher, and it was really cool. And I'm just super excited that, things are working out for us, which is awesome, because, there were people doubting me. They were like, what are they going? What's Zach gonna do if this fails? Like, he's not gonna fucking, whatever. And just a cool thing, like, for a while when I first broke up with my ex back in the day, I started playing softball, and I started going back to training martial arts full time. And I played softball because I had time in between my job and training, because at the time I was only training at like 10:30 at night with JM and guys at Tiger Showman's. And I'd go play like a game or two of softball, and it was fun because I knew a bunch of the dudes there, and I was just looking for friends, honestly, and I just wanted to do something athletic as opposed to just go to a bar and drink, and then I couldn't train at night. So I'd go to the softball fields and play. And one of the guys started training at the school, and I was in on the morning, and he was like, "Hey, bro, like, we know a bunch of the same people." I'm like, "Oh, really?" He's like, "Yeah, I know EJ and all the guys," and like, I was like, "Oh shit!" Like, he knows a bunch of my old friends, which is really cool. And I just, a lot of the guys I don't see because I don't work with them anymore. And who knows what happened with those softball teams? I don't know. After a while, it got so competitive that I couldn't even take it anymore. Like, the guys were like going nuts, and I just wanted that to be fun. Even jiu-jitsu, like, I'm super competitive with the team now and everything from what it's grown into, and I want to win for sure. But like, I realize when we're beaten, when we have things to work on, and stuff like that. So, but I don't get like mad when I lose, and like that's what was happening. Dudes were like getting mad when they lost, and like it was super affecting their life. And even when I lose in jiu-jitsu, like, this is not like a cop out, because I do lose. I lose just as much as I win, but I don't let it affect me that much. Like, I got like the Brett Favre syndrome. Like, I used to get really pissed, and then I lost early in my career. Like, I won some huge matches, martial arts fights or whatever, like MMA fights back in the day. I won my first ever one. I won in a crazy fashion, like KO'd the guy, right? And or knocked him, like I kicked him in the face and all types of stuff. And then the second fight, I got triangled to sleep. So like, I had like a big win and a big loss, and I had like a crazy KO where I was just blasting this dude. And then I had like another one where I got kicked in the face and I got a cut on my face, and they had to stop the fight. So I would like win a big one and lose a big one. I was just so back and forth all the time, but always competing as much as as high level as possible. And since I did stuff before, I always got looped in with the guys who were always really good, even though I stopped training for a while full time. But like, I've always had that like, maybe because of those experiences, I've always had that mindset where I'm just like, you know what, hey, fuck it, I lost one, whatever, you know what I mean, come back for the next one. And regardless of whatever people say, because it doesn't matter what they say. Like, I get caught up in everything. I get caught up in the ego stuff too, just as much as anybody. But I really try not to, because it really doesn't matter. I don't give a shit what these guys think about you anymore. Back in the day, like, I was so worried and trying to impress people. But now, like, I'm just, and it is because I'm older, so I have, more perspective than young guys coming up that feel like they can't ever lose or whatever. They have to be the best, or, they have to uphold a rep, which, I want to too. I want to too. Like, I want to be a guy that's like a hard out. Like, even if you tap me, it's going to be on some crazy shit, and I'm going to make you work for it. Like, I'm not just going to go out there and get smoked. And I do a pretty good job of not getting smoked. I feel like that. I'll lose, but I'm not getting smoked. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not getting picked up and slammed on my head, and then, or I'm not getting like flying scissor legged or anything like that. And like, no disrespect to anybody who's got flying scissor legged, but or flying triangle or whatever, because I'm sure it's going to happen to me in my next fight. So, because that's the way jiu-jitsu works. But I'm pretty good at like, at least staying alive, and and then like, maybe I get tapped or whatever, but it was a good fight, and that's what I'm looking to do. And I improve every time. And if I keep facing high level competition, I feel like, some dudes feel like, hey, if you're not winning, give it up. But also, if I'm sticking in there, I'm getting closer and closer every time. And that's like one of those stupid sayings, but it's true. A lot of times you feel like you're just about to quit, and that was right about when you were. And a lot of times this happens to people in jiu-jitsu. They're just about to make like a really good stride to like the next level, and then they quit. Or like, I see with people, they're like doing something or trying to do something, they stick with it for a while, and then all of a sudden they're about to break through, or something's about to come through, and that's when they quit. It's just when you just stick in that extra hour, you just keep doing exactly what you're doing, and you just keep churning, and you just keep getting like, even the business perspective, right? Which I wanted to go over one more thing. And then I gotta start getting ready to boogie for class. From a business perspective, like coming up with this, a lot of people have been asking me like, yo, you guys are so successful and everything like that. Like, how are you guys doing it? Blah, blah, blah. And I'm giving a lot of info out to a lot of my friends that are also running schools or starting second schools or whatever the situation is. And I'm like, dude, it's just like climbing, man. Like me and JM, we never were like, we now we're setting goals that we have Andrew and stuff. But before we didn't even really have goals. We were just like, just keep teaching class, keep training people, keep getting people good, keep jumping in competitions, keep slowly, just keep working. And then like, oh, we get a couple more guys. Oh, we get a couple more dudes. All right, we're up to 40, 50 now. We're up to 60. Like I remember when we got to 100. Like that was dope. Oh shit, we're up to 120. Damn, like I never thought we'd have 120 students. That's insane. I was just happy living in the back. Oh shit, we got 140 people. And then we hover around there. Then we hire engineers. All of a sudden we got 160 people. And we're like, oh shit, we got close to 170 plus all the instructors that are, helping us out and stuff like that. And we're like, damn, like this is insane. You just keep working, just chunk by chunk, and you just keep working towards little steps and try not to like overstep your boundaries. That's why we ordered the mats now. Like we're working with someone else on that. And we're just slowly took us to number 10 to get the mats. Like, and people keep asking, like, what about this tournament? What about that tournament? Dude, I don't care what those tournaments are doing, dude. And I'm happy for those tournaments, but we're doing us. And I'm not trying to compete with the tournaments and have, whatever, like just battle the tournaments. I really don't care. I just want to keep having them because they're fun and shit. And if people want to come to them and compete in them, awesome. Great. We're going to keep doing it. If no one shows, then, we'll stop doing it. But like, as far as I can see, I got a list of people and new guys and people trying to jump in the tournament. So I'm excited to keep doing that. But, what did I want to go over? Also, shout out, this is also a milestone for me and JM. We've filmed videos for the Grappler's Guide, and we film videos for Finishers TV, which is our own little site. And we made good dough with Jason and the Grappler's Guide, and that was really awesome and a great opportunity for us. And man, that was huge at a time when we needed it. Now we got an opportunity through Fuji and through a couple of guys to work with BJJ Fanatics. And we're putting out our 10 Planet Fundamentals, which is mostly the warm-ups and then some things we go over about back control and all this different stuff for EBI overtimes and all that shit. So check that out. That's coming soon. Shout out to BJJ Fanatics. And then I'll be posting up on here too a promo code. So don't order it yet. Just wait till I post up the promo code and then you guys will get it a little bit cheaper. But shout out to Mike Zenga and Travis Stevens, all the guys at Fuji, and it's just been I filmed a video for BJJ Fanatics. I can't believe that shit, man. It really is dream come true. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's just, and it's been years in the making. And shout out to everybody who's given us an opportunity. And that's why I like the finishers and want to keep the finishers churning money, keeping people on the scene, being able to compete. People like, Katarina Leontentiva and, Danielle Kelly, keeping them, getting them paid. Who was the one before that? What was the one before that? It was Keith Krikorian and Emilio Hernandez, and then Dan Martinez won the absolute the last time. And then just getting these people paid and getting them opportunities and getting the pictures out there and getting the videos out there. And shout out to the Midwest finishers, who's Omar and the crew out there killing it. Tackett winning the championship out there. Dude, it's fun, dude. We're on the scene, dude. Get into this shit. If you are into Jiu-Jitsu. If not, then, get into Lord of the Rings or whatever it is that you get into. That's cool too, man. I love Lord of the Rings. I love Gandalf and, Pokemon or whatever you guys are into. Do that shit. But if it's Jiu-Jitsu, then sink into it. And I don't know all the guys. I don't know shit about the guys in gi or most of the IBJJF guys, but, I will once Grayson gets into it a little bit more, and I'm going to compete at this next one. Rude boy! I don't know why I said that, but I'm in it. That one's coming up to Pan Ams, and after that, Thor's an ADCC. So Thor's an ADCC. Guys, this isn't ADCC. This is ADCC. So, damn it, I'm running out of time. I should have kept this one going, but maybe we'll just cut it quick at a half hour and drop it in. But, so BJ Fanatics, for all your gear needs, if you want to get anything, 10 Planet Allentown, 10 Planet Miami, 10 Planet Bethlehem, finishers, Fanatics, finishers, edibles, finishers, fucking everything, finishers, whatever, beach towels, all that shit. Go to shopfinishers.com. That's all your shit right there. And then also, here's your business tip of the week. I forgot, or whatever, however many times I do this, But if you're running a martial arts gym and you don't have a program that's taking care of your people that are signed up at your school, you doing, right? Hit up Zen Planner, tell them I sent you, and then, go from there. And then they're going to be able to track all your stuff. Zen Planner, you can put the people's names in, put their information in, email everybody all at once. Like mine and Jam's, like we started this so long ago, it's crazy. But our new one, we're going to get this totally 100%. You could check people in on it. You could buzz people in. You could have them sign contracts on there, have them sign information. The Zen Planner does the billing for you, put people's credit cards information in. It's called Zen Planner. There's other ones out there too. I'm not going to lie. There's MindBody. There's some other shit. But Zen Planner is really for martial arts gyms. It's pretty easy to work with. There's a couple of kinks that you need to figure out so that way you don't overcharge people $1 billion. But Zen Planner, check it out, right? If you don't have a billing program, you doing? All right. So everybody, shout out to you. Zach's Corner Podcast, episode 30. If you guys want to hit me up, or if you have any ideas for any of the shit that I'm always rambling, just slide in the DMs. Just hit me up. Be like, yo, Zach, you're an idiot. You should have thought of this. Or what, you never heard of this place where you can blah, 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 blah? Well, no, I haven't heard of it because you never told me about it. So holla at your boy. Get me in on it. Let's do some business together. And just remember this. If a nickel bag gets sold in the park, I want in. All right? I love you guys. Zach's Corner. Peace. What's up, guys? Zach here from the Finishers Podcast and from this podcast, Zach's Corner Podcast. And this podcast is brought to you by our sponsor, The Grappler's Guide 3.0. Just go to thegrapplersguide.com. Check it out. Actually, instead of going to thegrapplersguide.com, you can go to me on Instagram at Zach Maslany. Click the link in my bio. Under there, there'll be a spot that says Grappler's Guide. If you click that link and go to the Grappler's Guide, you can get 30% off. Use the promo code Finishers too. You can get 30% off a lifetime membership, and I know there's some other deals with that too. So check out the Grappler's Guide. It's probably the largest grappling website that there is. Jason Scully, shout out to him. We filmed a bunch of videos on there. So if you're looking for the 10 Planet warm-ups, they're on there. If you're like, dude, my open guard sucks ass, I need to figure some shit out, they're going to give you some ideas right there. Back attacks program, turtle and crucifix program, truck program, arm lock series. If you do gi for some odd reason, they got shit on there. If you're like trying to wrist lock people and piss them off, they got that on there. They also have what I really like is the outside experts. Not only do you get our stuff, but you get Riley Bodycomb, Dan Koval, Aaron Millam, Craig Jones, Wilson Hayes, Travis Stevens. You want to get your judo up, we're going to be down there. Lachlan Giles. If you want to get your guillotine up, learn from Josh Hinger. So check out the Grappler's Guide. Use the promo code Finishers. Or like I said, go to Instagram, click the link in my bio, and then click where it says Grappler's Guide. Use the promo code Finishers, and you're good to go. Get your learn on, motherfucker!
Hey everybody, this is Paul Maslany, Zach's little brother. I am Zach's podcast producer for Zach's Corner. I produce podcasts for multiple shows. Anyone who's interested in starting their own podcast, producing a podcast, they need a podcast producer, they need someone to help them with audio for anything. I do a little bit of video production with it. We can get audio tracks and stuff up onto YouTube. There's one-time deals. We could do hourly rates. I have packages. They're all custom built depending on what you want and what you need. I can help with one episode. I can help sign on for a whole season. It's whatever you're looking for. Maybe you just want me to show you how to do the basics and help you launch your podcast. Then you can take over and do everything on your own. Any of you who want to make recording a podcast a priority, I can show you how to do it yourself, help you get started. I could help you run it and produce it. If you want a professional quality podcast, I can get it up. I can get it online. Do your show notes. I can convert it to YouTube. I can get it on multiple platforms. There's other services are available as well. Reference the show notes for my email address to contact me